คุยกันกับผู้เชี่ยวชาญมาสำรวจกันค่ะสำหรับกลุ่มของ plantation sector ที่ตลาดหุ้นของเบอร์ซ่ามาเลเซียจะมีความน่าสนใจขนาดไหนตลอดจนทิศทางของราคาปาล์มน้ำมันด้วยติดตามช่วงนี้พร้อมกันกับ Good Morning เบอร์ซ่ามาเลเซียค่ะซึ่งวันนี้นะคะจะพูดคุยกันกับคุณไอวี่ค่ะซึ่งเป็น Regional Head of Plantations Deputy Head of Malaysia Research จาก CIMB Investment Bank อยู่ในสายแล้ว Good morning.
Morning.
Hi. The first question, can we run through how palm oil prices has done year to date?
Yeah, sure. Palm oil prices in Malaysia, they had a good run up from January to April. So the CPO price went up to as high as 2,714 ringgit per ton, sometimes in April. The reason why the CPO price has been going up is basically because of weaker palm oil supply. And the reason why palm oil supply in Malaysia has been lower is because of the El Nino last year. The El Nino event caused lower rainfall in most of the palm oil plantation area in Malaysia and Indonesia. So as a result of that, now we are seeing the effect of the drought from last year in the first half FFB yield of the estates, leading to lower production. Since the prices peaked at around 2,714 in April this year, CPO price have been coming off a bit. Currently, it's trading at about 2,300 per ton level, from as high as 2,714 ringgit per ton level in April this year.
All right.
And so the reason why the prices have come down from the peak is because of weaker Chinese demand. We have seen Chinese demand for palm oil declining, and the reason for that is because the Chinese government has been releasing their stockpile in China, their stock reserves of other types of oil like rapeseed oil and so forth. So as a result, the Chinese does not import as much palm oil as they did a year ago. Chinese palm oil imports from Malaysia actually dropped about 50% year-on-year in the first half of 2016.
All right. So what is your outlook for the palm oil prices in the second half of this year?
We expect palm oil prices to average about 2,400 ringgit per ton. That will be about 4.6% lower than the first half 16 average of about 2,400 and first half 16 average of about 2,520. But if you look at the second half prices again, second half of last year, it will still be higher by about 14%. And if you look at our price forecast for second half, we are expecting prices to weaken, basically due to higher palm oil supply, as the El Nino effect will start to taper off. And also second half is a seasonally higher production season for palm oil in both Malaysia and Indonesia.
All right. So what is your outlook for the Malaysian plantation sector?
Okay, if you look at the Malaysian plantation sector, if you look at the first quarter earnings number, the Malaysian palm oil producer has been reporting lower earnings. This is due to lower FFB production as well as higher costs. And just to clarify, in terms of FFB production, it fell by approximately 17% in the first quarter of 16. This is again due to the El Nino impact that we mentioned earlier. Also, we found that the rising CPO price that we mentioned earlier, they are not sufficient to offset the lower output as well as rising operating costs. So this is the reason why for the first quarter of this year, we saw palm oil producer in Malaysia actually reporting weaker earnings. But going into the second quarter and the second half of the year, we expect higher production for the Malaysian planters, and we expect this coupled with higher prices, or even if the weaker prices, but the higher production will be able to offset the weaker prices. So on an overall basis for the full year, we think earnings will be flattish. So currently we have a neutral rating call on the sector. because the near-term earnings prospects are not so exciting.
All right. What is your topics for the sector?
Okay, for the plantation companies, how we choose our top pick is we look at companies with young estate profile and strong management. The way we look at it is that this company will do well when the CPO price starts going up again in the next commodity upcycle. So for the Malaysian planters, our pick is Genting Plantation for the long term and Felda Global Venture for the turnaround stories.
All right. That's very interesting. Thank you very much for joining us today,
Thank
Ivy.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Goodbye. ก็เป็นภาพรวมของอุตสาหกรรมปาล์มน้ำมันนะคะซึ่งก็เป็นอีกหนึ่งธุรกิจหรืออุตสาหกรรมขนาดใหญ่ที่เกิดขึ้นในมาเลเซียค่ะได้รับผลกระทบอย่างต่อเนื่องตั้งแต่ครึ่งแรกของปีนะคะทั้งจากผลกระทบของเอลนิโญแล้วก็รวมไปถึงความต้องการของจีนที่ปรับตัวลดลงด้วยซึ่งก็เป็นอะไรที่สอดคล้องกันกับภาวะเศรษฐกิจค่ะเวลาที่เศรษฐกิจจีนซึ่งเป็นประเทศผู้บริโภครายใหญ่เนี่ยของปาล์มน้ำมันเนี่ยลดลงราคาก็ปรับตัวลดลงอุตสาหกรรมก็ทรุดตัวลงแนวโน้มครึ่งปีหลังเนี่ยก็มีโอกาสจะปรับตัวร่วงลงอีกประมาณ 4.6% นะคะก็ถือว่าเป็นหนึ่งความรู้ที่เราได้อัปเดตกันกับผู้เชี่ยวชาญที่เขาอยู่ใกล้ชิดกับตลาดฝั่งของเบอร์ซ่ามาเลเซียค่ะ